Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. AI is really shaking things up in the world of security and surveillance. Today, we're diving deep with Sighthound, a company really leading the charge in these advancements.
Definitely they are. It's amazing to see the possibilities with AI in safety and security. It's incredible, really.
I know. To give you a sense of what we're going to be looking at today, we're exploring Sighthound's unique approach to things. And we'll dive into some of their specific tech, like ALPR plus, you know, automatic license plate recognition,
Right.
and their impressive video redaction software.
Mhm.
Of course, we have to touch on data privacy in this AI-driven world, too.
Absolutely, a crucial aspect. I think it's also worth noting just how much AI is already changing the security landscape. Like those old traditional systems that rely on people just watching screens all day,
Yeah.
they're becoming a thing of the past.
Well, they're definitely becoming obsolete. To your point, a report from MarketSops, Xana Markets even predicts that the market for AI in video surveillance is going to hit something like $16.3 billion by 2028.
Wow, yeah, that's a massive jump.
Huge.
It really shows you how much the demand for these smarter, more efficient security solutions is growing. And that's where Sighthound comes in.
Okay, so tell me more about that. How is Sighthound filling that need?
While their AI software is really sophisticated, it can analyze huge amounts of video data
Okay.
in real time even,
Wow.
detecting patterns, identifying potential threats, all with amazing accuracy.
So it's like having a super vigilant security guard who never sleeps,
Exactly.
never gets tired, and never misses any details.
Precisely. And unlike humans, they can process way more than just 24 to 30 frames per second.
That's right. We're limited by our biology.
Even in challenging lighting conditions, it can pick up on these subtle changes in behavior that a human might miss entirely.
That's impressive. Okay, so we've seen how AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in security. But with all this advanced tech, what about privacy? You mentioned video redaction earlier. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so Sighthound Redactor was designed to address those privacy concerns you're talking about.
Okay.
It automatically blurs faces and license plates in video footage.
Oh, okay.
So it helps organizations comply with all those privacy laws and regulations.
So it's not just protecting people's identities, but also other sensitive information too, right?
Yeah, and it goes beyond just the visuals, too. It has audio redaction.
Oh, wow.
So it can actually remove or anonymize conversations from recordings.
That's amazing. Really a game changer for maintaining privacy when we rely so much on video and audio data. Let's talk about another one of their solutions. Sighthound ALPR Plus. From what I've heard, it's transforming the way smart cities manage traffic and security.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. ALPR Plus stands for Automatic License Plate Recognition. Plus, it goes beyond just reading plates. Like, it can identify the make and model of the car, the color, even the generation of the vehicle.
Really? Just from the license plate? That's incredible. How are people actually using this tech?
Oh, all sorts of ways. Law enforcement uses it to track stolen vehicles or find suspects. You've got traffic management systems using it to monitor traffic flow, even optimizing traffic light timing.
Oh, wow.
Parking enforcement is using it too. I mean, the list goes on and on.
ALPR Plus sounds like a Swiss Army knife for smart city management. One thing I was curious about was their claim of unmatched accuracy. How did they achieve that?
Well, their AI algorithms are trained on massive amounts of data, like huge data sets of license plates,
Okay.
which allows them to be incredibly accurate even in bad weather or low light conditions.
Makes sense.
The kind of situations where traditional systems would really struggle. This AI-powered approach helps to minimize errors, too.
So it's not just about recognizing the plate, but also understanding the context.
Right.
That's really impressive. We've talked a lot about software, but what about hardware? Does Sighthound offer any hardware solutions?
Oh, yeah. They have a whole range of smart cameras and nodes that work together with their software, and these are specifically designed to process information really quickly.
Okay, so how fast are we talking? Like, I know the human eye is limited to 24 to 30 frames per second. What's the difference here?
Yeah, the human eye definitely has limitations. Sighthound systems are built to process way more than that, like fast-moving events in real time.
So this high-speed processing, paired with the AI algorithms,
Exactly.
could be really crucial in situations where every millisecond matters.
Absolutely. And here's another advantage. Since the AI is actually embedded in the hardware,
Okay.
it can operate on its own even if the network connection drops out.
That's a huge plus for security.
Yeah, it means the system keeps running even if it's cut off from the central control.
It sounds like Sighthound has really thought of everything.
They have.
I'm curious, though, beyond smart cities, Are there other examples of how this technology is being used?
Oh, yeah, there are tons. We're seeing it used in retail stores,
Okay.
airports, hospitals. Like retailers are using those AI cameras to track customer behavior and even make their store layouts better.
Wow.
Airports are using it to improve security checkpoints and make passenger flow smoother. And hospitals are using it to keep an eye on patients and make sure they're safe.
It's really not just about catching the bad guys or even managing traffic. It's about using AI to make things more efficient and safer across a whole bunch of industries.
Exactly. And it's only going to get more interesting from here.
It's amazing to think about the impact it's already having. This makes me think about the processing power needed for all this. We talked about Sighthound's high-speed processing before. Can you tell me more about what makes their hardware so fast?
Sure. So these cameras and nodes, they have specialized chips designed specifically for AI workloads. So they analyze footage much faster than regular security cameras, which allows for real-time insights.
So it's not just the software then. It's this combo of powerful software and specialized hardware.
Hmm.
Makes sense. Now let's talk about data privacy again. With all these advancements, we need to make sure that data is handled responsibly. How does Sighthound address those concerns?
That's a great point. Data privacy is super important. Sighthound takes it seriously. For example, their video redaction software has different levels of blurring,
Okay.
so users can control how much info they want to redact. They can choose to blur just faces or license plates or even specific areas in the video.
That level of control is so important.
Yeah.
It lets users balance security with privacy, which is huge.
Exactly. It shows how Sighthound is committed to developing AI responsibly. Technology should work for us, not the other way around. And that includes respecting our privacy.
Absolutely. So we've talked about Sighthound's innovative approach, their cutting-edge technologies, and the importance of data privacy in this whole AI-driven world. For our listeners who are interested in learning more, what would you suggest? How can they get involved with Sighthound?
Their website is a great place to start, sighthound.com.
Okay.
They've got tons of resources, case studies, white papers, and a blog to keep up with the latest developments.
And I heard they offer free trials and demos too.
Oh, yeah, they do. They have a free trial for their ALPR Plus tech right on the website. And if you want to check out their video redaction software, they offer a limited version for free too. It's a great way to see how these tools could work for you.
So for those ready to take the next step, they can head over to sighthound.com and check it out.
Yep. And if anyone's looking for something more customized, they have a sales team to help with specific needs.
Awesome. It sounds like they've made it really easy to get started. We've covered so much ground today exploring Sighthound's tech and their dedication to responsible AI development. As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. We've talked about AI's power and security, but its potential goes way beyond that. Where else do you see AI making a big splash in the future?
Oh, that's a great question. AI is changing so many industries. Healthcare, finance,
Yeah.
transportation even. Like self-driving cars are becoming real.
It does feel like we're on the verge of a tech revolution with AI right at the center. It's exciting to imagine what's coming next. But for now, we've reached the end of this part of our deep dive into AI-powered security with Sighthound.
It was great exploring all this with you.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay curious.
Stay curious, it really is. And, as AI tech keeps evolving, we can expect even more uses for it.
For sure.
It's a really exciting field to be in.
Definitely. This makes me think about the sheer processing power needed for all of this. We talked about Sighthound's high-speed processing a bit earlier. Can you break that down a little more? What makes their hardware so uniquely fast?
Sure. So their cameras and nodes have these special chips inside
Okay.
that are built specifically for AI.
Interesting.
And that lets them analyze footage much faster than your average security camera, so you get those real-time insights.
So it's really the software and the hardware working in perfect harmony.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. This brings up another really important point that we should touch on, data privacy. While all these advancements are amazing, it's crucial to make sure the data is being used responsibly.
Yeah.
How does Sighthound address these concerns?
That's a great question. Data privacy is absolutely crucial, especially now with AI becoming so important for security. Sighthound knows that, and they take it very seriously.
Okay, good.
For example, their video redaction software has different levels of blurring,
Oh, okay.
so users can control how much information they want to blur.
That's good.
They can choose to just blur faces or maybe license plates or even certain areas within the video.
I like that they give users that level of control. It really lets them balance security and privacy.
Yeah. And it shows that Sighthound is committed to developing AI the right way. technology should work for us, it shouldn't be the other way around. And that means respecting privacy.
I agree. So we spent some time exploring Sighthound's innovative approach to AI security, looked at their ALPR Plus and video redaction technologies, and of course talked about the importance of data privacy. It's clear they're leading the way in this field. For our listeners who want to find out more or even try out these solutions for themselves, what would you recommend?
Well, the best place to start is their website, sighthound.com.
Perfect.
They have tons of resources like case studies, white papers, even a blog to keep up with what's happening in AI security.
And I think they also offer free trials and demos so people can actually experience the technology, what's available there.
That's right. They have a free trial of their ALPR Plus technology you can try out right on the site. And if you're more interested in their video redaction software, there's a limited version of that you can access for free, too. It's a great way to see how these tools can really benefit you.
So if you're ready to take the next step, go to sighthound.com and see what they're all about.
Exactly. And for those who are looking for something a bit more tailored to their needs, they have a dedicated sales team who can help.
Wonderful. It sounds like they've made it really easy for anyone interested in AI-powered security to get started. We've covered a lot today looking at Sighthound's technologies and their commitment to responsible AI. As we start to wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave everyone with a final thought. We've focused a lot on the power of AI in security, but its potential reaches far beyond that. What are some other areas where you see AI really changing things in the future?
It's hard to say because AI is changing so many different industries, but one that comes to mind is healthcare. AI is already helping doctors diagnose diseases and plan treatments more effectively. And then there's finance. AI is being used there to detect fraud and manage risk.
Right.
Oh, and we can't forget about transportation. Like self-driving cars are becoming a reality right now thanks to AI.
It feels like we're at the beginning of a huge tech revolution,
Yeah.
and AI is leading the way. It's pretty amazing to think about all the possibilities. But for now, this is the end of our deep dive into AI-powered security with Sighthound.
It was a pleasure being here with you.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Keep exploring and keep learning.
And stay curious. It is. And speaking of possibilities, there's one thing we haven't really touched on. Edge computing. I know Sighthound uses this in their hardware,
Yeah.
but maybe for those who aren't as familiar with it,
Right.
could you explain a bit about what edge computing is and why it's important for AI security?
Sure. So edge computing basically means processing data right there where it's collected instead of sending it off to some central server or the cloud.
Right.
So in Sighthound's case, this means that the AI analysis happens right on the camera or the node itself.
Exactly.
And that has some big advantages. For one, it's super fast. Since the data doesn't have to travel back and forth, decisions can be made much faster, which is really crucial for security, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about speed.
Yeah, and it's also more reliable. Even if the network goes down, the system can keep working on its own.
Which means you get constant security coverage.
Exactly. So it's not just about speed, but also about making sure the system stays up and running no matter what.
Right. It's about resilience.
Yeah.
And I think it really shows how Sighthound is pushing the limits of what's possible in AI security. They're not just making cool software.
Yeah.
They're building hardware that's designed for AI, making the most of edge computing to give you that speed, reliability, and autonomy that you need.
It's amazing to see how it all comes together. And it speaks to their commitment to innovation and really understanding what's happening in the security landscape. I want to come back to a point we talked about earlier, which is the importance of data privacy. In a world where AI is everywhere, it's so important for companies like Sighthound to make ethical choices and to develop AI responsibly.
I completely agree. Data privacy is not just about following the law. It's about doing the right thing. It's good to see that Sighthound is taking those steps to address those concerns.
Yeah.
Like giving people control over their data, making sure things are transparent, and adding video and audio redaction. These are all crucial to building trust and making sure that AI is used in a way that's ethical.
I couldn't agree more. It's about finding that balance between using AI to its fullest potential and protecting privacy and ethical concerns. And Sighthound seems to be leading the way there.
Absolutely. They're showing us what a future can look like where AI makes us safer without compromising our privacy.
Well said. Well, we've reached the end of our deep dives into the world of AI-powered security with Sighthound. Hopefully you all found it as interesting as we did. If you're ready to learn more or see Sighthound's solutions in action, head over to their website, sighthound.com. They have a ton of resources, free trials, demos, and even a sales team for more personalized help.
It was great joining you on this deep dive today.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, stay curious.